Happy Monday morning and happy March to everybody. We have made it to March. We are on our last month before we start planting. Our last frost date around here is April 1st. That's kind of my date that I try to get things in the ground depending upon what the weather forecast looks like. I've worked a little bit on my mic, so hopefully the sound is a little bit better today. If it's not, we will step back and punt and try again. We had an opportunity to spend some time with the grands this weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What? No way. You're silly.
You're goober.
You're silly, huh? Are you silly, girl? No. I think you are. Smokes. Jet.
Thought you guys might want to see our newest addition to the family. Is that baby brother? What are you doing?
Cheese. She's looking for a snack, I think.
What are you doing, boss man?
Gonna help with brother? Yeah. Be careful. Oh, he sees
Like,
you.
oh, it's her. It's her.
Is that
Help me.
brother? Is that brother? Yeah.
She's like, wait, that's a scream.
Do we need to take a picture? Yeah. Okay. Sit with brother, and I'll take your picture. Cheese. Be gentle. Got it? There you go. All right, say cheese. Oh, so sweet.
Cheese. This goofball
So
kiddo.
pretty. Cheese.
Wait, say hi.
Say, can I take your shoes off? Stay a while.
Had a lot of fun with those guys. They are an absolute mess. I have got a whole long list of things that I need to get done. I've got the cellar door I need to get built over here. I've got the rabbit coop started and going. I've got the garden area started and going. So it's probably just going to be a collaboration hit and miss of a little bit of everything today. We went and scored another window yesterday as we were taking the grands home. So one more for the list for the greenhouse down there. We'll put it in the pile. I think we're up to 7 or 8 windows now, something like that. We've kind of got a cap on what we'll pay for a window, and anything that or below, if it's in decent shape, we'll pick them up and put them in the pile. And eventually I'll get tired of looking at a great big pile of windows and she'll start forcing me to put it together. But maybe that'll be down the road somewhere. Maybe we'll have a little greenhouse for next year. Yeah, just a lot going on around here. March is usually a busy time. I know it is for everybody else. It's kind of homestead season for a lot of folks kicking off. I know some folks up north, they still got another month or two before they can. They still snow covered, but it is what it is. But let's get started on something. The other thing I was going to mention is we actually decided to go ahead and get us a tiller instead of borrowing. So when we dropped the grands off yesterday, we made a lap through our nearest big town and hit the Tractor Supply and Lowe's and Atwood's and all those farm supplies. And out of all 3 stores, we found one off-brand rear tine tiller. That's it. I've been in those stores in the last few weeks, and I'd seen where they had got their stock in, and they'd had quite a few, and they are sold out. Everybody. And it's just the craziness of the world that's going on right now, and tillers is one of those high dollar items, as well as chickens. If you've seen your chickens in your box stores, your tractor supplies and stuff, they're like $4.25 a piece. It is outrageous. But people are learning the importance of self-sufficiency, and a lot of that falls on gardens and chickens and stuff like that, so that they can help feed themselves. And with demand becomes supply, and when supply is low, price goes up. So be prepared as you're looking for things this spring for your homestead. Cannon lids, I know when they start hitting the shelves, folks better start grabbing and gathering, because they're going to disappear quick. It's one of those things that we've kind of taken advantage of for years. It's not a big deal. When you need some in the springtime, you just grab some when you run to the store. But most of the time now, when you get to the shelf, it's empty. So keep that in mind. You know, anything homestead or food preservation related, it's going to get tough this year, and I don't know when it's going to get better. Price of lumber, we won't even talk about that. I've been doing some research, and the mill prices are still where they were. Somebody's fattening their pockets, and I'm not sure why. I won't even get into all that, but that's a whole nother realm of issues. But let's think we're going to go down here and try to knock this door out for the storm cellar. There is a chance of storms tomorrow with the rain coming in, so it's better to be prepared than not, and I'd like to have that done and off my list. I've also got an apology that I need to send out to Jojo the Chihuahua. Hey, Jojo, if you're listening to me right now, buddy, I'm sorry. I did not mean to scare you with the chainsaw, I promise. So you just lay down and take your little nap there and enjoy the rest of the video. And there's one very rustic looking door. I think it's going to work fantastic for this little booger hole here. It's what my papa always called his storm cellar, was the booger hole. And it'll be called a booger hole for as long as I live. Let's see what it looks like in place. Still got to build some framing for it, so that it sits in there like it's supposed to. And then I'm going to have to hinge it off the concrete wall. Oh, but it's fairly heavy. My plan is to swing in that way, and then I'll put a bracing, and that's kind of why I left everything inset on this side, was to make sure I wasn't going to hit the wall as it was trying to open, and I left it a little bit in there. But I think that's going to work. That old door probably weighs at least 60, 70 pounds right now anyway, and I know the lumber's green, but now I got to do a little propping and leveling and seeing what I can do about getting that thing mounted. What we're going to be using for these tap cons, and I accidentally grabbed a flathead by mistake. They do make these in a Phillips. And you get a big enough box of them, they come with a little masonry bit, and you just pre-drill your hole, and these drill right into the concrete. And these are some of the best, in my opinion, concrete anchors that you can buy. I am not a sponsor for Tapcon, but they do great. A little pricey, but they do great. Figured I better move you back in here so you know what's going on. I know it's kind of dark in here. What I've done on the inside of this door here is this will be lag bolt block. I'll drill a hole and that'll lock inside that block. But for now, temporarily, I just threw this together right here. And that will also keep the door shut until I find one of my masonry bits big enough to drill that out. And then that'll just slide into the concrete wall. Figured I better turn my attention over here and at least build a little bench so we got a place to sit. And then I can move on to something else for the day, or I won't get anything else done. Well, it's definitely not the Taj Mahal, but that's okay. I'm all right with it. I could definitely ride out a storm right here. Now, my wife may turn her nose up to it. She's a little bit better than me, but I'm content. I've got room for some shelving in here, for some future seed storage, and stuff like that. Anything I want to keep cool and dry. We can eventually hang garlic and onions and stuff like that in here. We got some room for that. And I'm pretty tickled with it. I've still got to find my bit. It's somewhere in that shed that I can drill out this hole, but I've got a temporary. So at least if the storm comes a brewing, we got a booger hole to go hide in. So that's the main thing. But I'm going to pick up my tools on this here. And I'm going to move down here and try to plant the stuff that we got in from Stark Brothers yesterday. Since it's bare root, from my research, I should be okay to go ahead and plant everything, even if we do get below freezing, as long as it doesn't get too bad. And yeah, that's next. Let's go. Well, I definitely was not expecting FedEx to pull up on Sunday morning, but I guess they're behind and they're doing what they got to do to get caught up. I got several seeds started myself this morning back here, more going from what I currently got going. You've seen us plant those yesterday in the pots over here, the grapes and stuff. We got those going in here. Those elderberries that I got from Homestead are just kicking butt and taking names. And then I planted these two over here this morning. But we got our raspberries and elderberries and everything that we got ordered from Stark Brothers, and thought I'd bring you guys along for the unboxing. So we'll see if I can open this. It looked like the box had been folded in half at one point in time, so maybe they weren't too violent with it. You gonna help? You gonna help out, everybody? What's the matter, little man? Smells like dirt. Watch that staple.
You helping him, Bug?
Huh?
Oh, careful.
Did I open upside down?
Looks like it.
I'm gonna leave that on you right there, buddy. You don't mind, do you? There's what we got. A whole bunch of bare root plants that are upside down. That have probably been beat to death. Alright, I've got all of my fruit trees and bushes and stuff down there soaking in a 5-gallon bucket. The ones we got from Stark Brothers. And I've got my first hole here picked out. I've got some fencing that I picked up from the cabin to where I can build some cages for all these young guys and kind of help protect them from the chickens or anything else that may want to harass them while they're young and fragile until they really get to going and get established. And I'm going to start by building a few of these cages and getting a few of my spots just kind of picked out where everything's going and get the holes dug. I've got several bags of topsoil that I bought so that I can amend the soil that I'm actually putting them back into. Hopefully that wind is not too vicious on you guys right there. It's blowing pretty hard. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, I'm going to get these cages and holes dug and get some topsoil scattered about while everything is soaking over there. It's supposed to soak for several hours. That'll give me plenty of time to get this stuff done here. And then we'll get all these guys in the ground. And our plan with the fruit trees was to kind of line our driveway. You know how we stretched our driveway kind of in. I've got this side over here where the water line was, but I plan on scattering pear trees and apple trees and peach trees and plum trees all down the driveway right here, just kind of a mix. And that's our plan for the driveway. And this will be the first one. And it's this Santa, well, I don't have it over here. It's a Santa Rosa plum. And then I can propagate off of this guy and make more, and you know how it works. But I'm gonna make this cage and dig this hole. And there is one Santa Rosa plum, buried, complete. It's got a little berm around the backside. That way, in case if water does come rushing down this hill, I'm not washing it out. It's got a little bit of protection to divert the water around it. But I'm gonna go grab a bucket of water and give her a good drink and move on to the next one. Took me a few minutes there. I had to make some more cages and move all the tools over here. I'm kind of headed off down the hillside here. The creek is right down the hill from me here. The garden area that I've been working on is directly behind me to kind of give you a reference point of where I'm at. This is as far over as we've cleared here currently, and this is where I plan on putting these raspberries. They're red heritage raspberries, and I've got 3 of them to start with. We're going to do a 3-foot spacing with these guys and flop these in right here. The grapes are going to go a little further over here to the south, and then those 2 elderberries will be down here closer to the creek. But I got the cages made. I got a bag of topsoil down here. I've got everything I need down here, so hopefully no rock or heavy clays right here, and maybe we can throw these raspberries in pretty quick. Raspberries are done. We got 3 of them there. They're caged, they're watered, they're tamped in, they got fresh topsoil. I've gave them the best chance at life I can give them. Now we're going to move down here to the creek and see if we can figure out where we want to put these elderberries. But I've also got to keep in mind that I've got those other 8 elderberries inside that I started from Bubblehead Homestead. So I've got a total of 10 to start with. So 2 are ready for the ground though. Now for my record keeping more so than anything, this furthest north elderberry plant that we're planting is the Adams elderberry. Got a nice healthy rootstock on it. Now this one is the John's elderberry. They sent me a monster. Now this area is going to be known as our mini vineyard. Right now I've got 2 different breeds of grapes, and we'll have more in the future. As you can see, it's off the back side of the house, and to our direct right is where the outdoor kitchen will be one of these years. So just right off of this, creek is to the left down the hill, and that is the back of the house, what you're seeing there. And thank God we're not laying blocks, right? This is much better. Now these are table grapes, and these are the flame seedless grapes. And I've got a pair of these, and I'm going to space them apart right in here. And then I've got those others that I showed you in the house the other day, and they'll continue the line on down. Franny, that's my hole. I just dug it. Get out of there, you crazy chicken. And just like that, we've got a really good start on our food forest. Papa Pepper's got plans one of these days to bring me up there and put me to work for the day and acquire a whole bunch of edibles as I leave there, of things I can bring home and plant. And that will just add to it as well. I'm looking forward to that day. Be prepared, guys. Take every steps you can for self-sustainability. I may not get anything off of that this year, but next year and the year after, and when the grandbabies are bigger, they can come along in the summertime and just walk through and just pick and eat all day long. And that would just tickle my heart to death. That's what it's all about, planting for the future. But good day today. We got the door finished up. We got everything planted that we needed to plant for today, and we're going to hope for no hard freezes between now and then. And is what it is. I told my wife we're going to have to make a shirt that says it is what it is. But that's all I've got for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a blessed rest of the day, and we will catch you on the next one.